to Love, Life, and Politics, where I talk about love, life, and mostly politics. Today, I really want to talk about black culture and how it really glorifies being unfaithful, having a ton of sex with a bunch of girls, and not being a committed type of man that's there for his woman and there for one woman. Um, uh, being very, very black in skin color, it's very difficult for me since I am not, how do you say, uh, a normal black guy. I've lost my black card, and many people have said that. And if there is such thing as a black card, I'm fairly certain that I've lost it. It's one of the sad things about our people as a group, because if you see white people, there's many different sects and kind of ways of white people acting. You have white people that are hippies. You have white people that are country. You got white people that like pop. You got lots of different white people type cultures, but black people are very expected to do one thing. So whenever a black person steps out of that type of bubble, they're either chastised, called weird, or they just have to, find other black people that are interested in those types of things and kind of huddle up in their small little sect, because it's not normal for the culture as a whole to really accept no types of things. And one of the issues that I kind of stumbled upon was like I was watching what they call the Brilliant Idiots. It's a podcast with Charlemagne. I think he has a radio show or whatnot. But I just came across it and I was watching it because it's funny. And I was like, good lord, this right here, 100% depicts and shows what is wrong with our culture and why we are not succeeding and everybody else is. So I just want to run through some of the things that I kind of caught in this video and kind of elaborate on why I think that's just absolutely horrible and that this type of stuff should not be propagated in our culture if we want even the slightest ability of becoming more successful and amazing than we already are right now. And the first one is kind of crazy, like right off the bat in the beginning of the video. Um, a guy kind of, explains his situation and, well, let me just play it.
So, so I've been faithful to her. That's your dumb ass. I've been with my wife since 1998. I love her to death, but I wasn't always faithful because I had to cheat to get to this point. That's just the truth to the matter. So my question is,
Isn't that just absolutely crazy? So this guy was pretty much explaining his story in terms of how he'd been with his wife now for what, almost 10, 12 years, and they've been dating since they were, youngins in school and whatnot. And one thing led to another, and they're no longer together. And he said he's only, been with this one person, like he's been faithful to her. And Charlamagne pretty much was like, yeah, that's your fault. You've never tasted anybody else. He said, and as you heard from the video, that you apparently a black man specifically, has to go through a whole phase and has to, cheat on his woman in order for him to really grow as a person. And I think that's one of the biggest downfalls of that culture, is that this type of way of treating your women is glorified, not only glorified but kind of accepted. These people are just like, ha 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 ha. It's hilarious that you're unfaithful and that you cheated on your wife, and it's really sad. And I think that the more people like this who are held up, or kind of celebrated, continue to kind of talk like this, the worse that our generations are going to be, because these are the people that they look up to and they try to idolize and be like. And pretty soon we're not going to have any good black men left, and the few of us that exist, we're going to be pretty much gone, because all we're going to do is marry women that are not as dark as us. But anyways, nothing that further on down in the video, another kid pops up, and this one right here is just absolutely egregious. Just absolutely egregious. Just listen to it.
all right, what's your question, buddy? I just have a question. Piggyback off what he asked. I have a friend. Oh shit. Yo. I have a friend over here. He's been with his girl for about 4 years, and he's about to get married with her. But that's the only girl he has been with. So I've been telling him that I think he should try out a couple other girls. Your boy right here? Yeah. Before he gets married, so he could try out a couple girls. First of all, I'm gonna tell.
Wow. That's the culture that we live in. So this guy is about to get married to this girl, and I'm assuming that he's been with her for a very long time. And his best friend here is essentially saying, has been trying to convince him that he needs to cheat on his fiance before they get married just so he can taste something else. And that clearly highlights one of the biggest issues in terms of relationships, not only, but the problem with black culture is just having a bunch of this and a bunch of that and a bunch of, how do you say, pussy here and there is how you're going to really make it in life, and that's how you're going to get fulfillment, instead of how not only God intended it to be, but how the most successful relationships are intended to be is you find that person and you devote yourself to that one person and you grow it. Science already shows that the best type of sex is whenever you're in a committed relationship with one person. But it just goes to show you that this is the mentality of the people in on a broader sense, and that's why our culture is starting to take down, not just in black culture, but culture as a whole, because more and more people are starting to think like this. Like, yeah, I need to get me a ton of hoes here and a ton of hoes there, and then maybe later on down the line I'll decide to be a responsible, grown behind man and stick with one lady and grow a family and grow together. But that one right there punched me right in the face as soon as I saw it, and it's the reason why I really bring these up is it's just sad how black people are always saying that, we've got the bad end of the stick here and the bad end of the stick there, but we're pumping up people who are giving us and causing us to continue to go down the road of having the bad end of the stick. Like, you are responsible for your own actions, and the reasons why lots of people are getting divorced, having kids out of wedlock, is because they're deciding to act like this. Smash this one chick, smash this other chick. Lots of us chocolate people love to go, bare back in there, you know what I'm saying? And having kids, and those kids are, not taken care of because the dad bounces because he was only there for a little bit, and then that just cascades, and then this type of culture needs to stop. And I think that people like this not necessarily need to be held accountable because this is how they believe, and they not necessarily need to be treated bad for that or be attacked. But I think that people like this should be put on the back burner, and people who actually want to make a difference and want black culture to thrive, who want dads to be there for their kids, who want men to not treat chicks like trash and actually stay faithful to one person, and also women to not glorify men like this, because I'm sure like half the audience of females are probably looking at the guy saying, "Oh my gosh, yes, I wish he was mine." But women have to start changing their mind and start looking for guys who are not like him, who might be as successful as him, but are not looking for just a one night stand, but are looking to be there for you and not treat you wrong and not have side chicks and side chick here, and whenever they get caught, say it's absolutely okay because you had to go through that stage in order to grow as a person. But hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of my commentary today on Love, Life, Politics. If you like, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.